Mitchell,
Yes, Caleb?
do you know what day it is?
Leif Erikson Day.
No.
Oh.
It's the Evergreen 1-year anniversary. On with the show. Hey, you're listening to Evergreen, a storytelling podcast. My name is Caleb, and I'm an audio engineer. And this is Mitchell.
And I'm a journalist. Here at Evergreen, our listeners choose the prompts, our guests write the stories, and then we bring them to life.
This week's storyteller is Emma Mundorff. This is her second time telling a story with us. Her topics were A Bloody Mary, The Roaring 20's, and I Feel Like I'm Being Watched.
And stay tuned afterwards for our interview with Emma about her tale.
So there's no time to waste. Let's dive right into Emma Mundorff's Her Roaring 20's.
Let's get Bloody Marys, I said, slamming down my brunch menu in decision. Rachel met my enthusiasm with mild disgust, then pulled out her phone. Have you seen Laura lately? Ever since she went sober and vegan and started whatever other freaking diet she's on, she looks amazing. We're in our 20s, Jen, and that means we need to take care of ourselves, or else every decade of our lives after this will go to crap. I couldn't do it anymore. Too many Rachels. Well, I am decidedly in what I am calling my roaring 20s. Not the regular 20s everyone else is in, the planning for your future 20s, or the existential crisis 20s, or the slacking 20s. I am decidedly in my fuck you, you can't stop me 20s, in my lightning 20s, in my I'm so sick of this game 20s. I feel like I'm being watched, and not by someone, but by everyone. Or has it been me doing all the watching? It's both. We're all watching each other and competing and feeling like failures. And you know what? I'm done. Forget all of it. I'm not logging onto social media anymore just to see who graduated and who got married and who had an unexpected child who was their biggest unexpected blessing, and who's in Rome on a scholarship of their dreams, and who's happy and who's not, who's winning and who's not. I'm not faking joy for a front-facing camera anymore, and I'm not comparing and I'm not watching. I'm not planning. I'm young, but we're all close to dirt. I can feel myself being constantly propelled by time, and it used to be so frightening that I would do nothing but stop and watch, and everywhere I looked, when I really looked, I saw everyone doing the same thing, stopping and watching, but I'm no longer watching. I am no longer stopping. I am roaring ahead, riding the roar of time, and maybe sometime you will hear my roar in the distance. Maybe you will watch as I pass, but I assure you that I am not stopping to watch in return. I am on my own plane and I am doing as I like. I am eating and drinking and dancing. I'm having Bloody Marys with every breakfast because I feel like it. I am kissing every face I find appealing. I am saying every word in my head and acting every action I can dream of, and I am letting nothing sit and fester. I am not going to sit and watch and fester. And then I turned and I saw everyone watching. Rachel sat there frozen, her jaw hanging. The waiter passed and she grabbed his wrist and said, "Hey, can we get 2 Bloody Marys?"
Well, first we want to thank Emma for being on the show again.
Yeah, it was cool having her come back. So, before we waste too much time here, let's jump over to the interview. Well, thank you so much, Emma, for coming around and doing a story for us so quickly with all the wedding stuff going on. Caleb is going through a wedding, so we've been trying to churn out a couple quicker stories so that he can get around to it. But thanks so much for coming and doing one for us.
Thanks for having me. Also, congrats to Caleb.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a married man.
Yeah. Woo.
But yeah, we got to have you on for season 1, Last Call for Paris, and I really, really enjoyed that story, so I was excited to see.
Fun.
But back then we weren't like doing the full interview concept and doing the full talking about story, so I was really excited to have you back for that.
Yeah.
And you gave us a very different kind of story. That first one was kind of almost surrealism. This one's like just straight up dialogue, like straight up just a rant in a coffee shop.
Oh yeah, I can do it all, dude.
What was the beginning of the story for you? I sent you the 3 topics and you started from the ground up. Which one grabbed you quickest?
Oh, okay. Well, probably Bloody Mary. I don't know why. Just catchy. But the 3 subjects you gave me were Roaring 20's, Bloody Mary, and I Feel Like I'm Being Watched, which gave me very murder mystery vibes, which does not feel like something I'm capable of doing. So I cheated 100%, and I creatively twisted it in order to make it doable for, the kind of person I am. So
Not really any cheating in storytelling.
Oh, yeah, no. It's all cheating in a way.
Yeah, true. I guess in that respect it is all cheating, but I really enjoyed. I'm surprised the Bloody Mary. Do you like Bloody Marys?
I hate them.
Oh god, they're weird. They're a weird drink. I mean, they're kind of spicy. So it's funny that the Bloody Mary jumped. I love the Bloody Mary at the beginning and the end, but the Roaring 20's really seems like the theme of the story, though. The idea that we're kind of in this era where some people want to be so safe with, like, the idea of your early years, but you kind of went on the opposite end and said, no, it's your Roaring 20's. Just enjoy what you can have.
Yeah.
Do you try to live your life the way that was her name Jen in the story, that Jen lives her life?
Yeah, I like to think so. Yeah, but basically when I heard Roaring 20's, I thought of the time period first. And then I was honestly just trying to avoid that. So then I tweaked it and I thought about, my 20's. And then I thought about roaring, just as an adjective. And yeah, the whole story just came from that.
It worked really well. I enjoyed it. It had a very, very millennial Larry David vibe to it. I can see that taking place. And we both can't help but picture a cafe that exists here in the Bay Area that I can just imagine everyone turning around and looking at Jen after she's done. All right. Well, we're going to wrap up this interview. I want to quickly ask you 2 questions we ask every person, one of which is I want you to recommend a story for us. Something you've enjoyed recently that you really liked.
Okay. My favorite short story of all time is The 10th of December by George Saunders. You just have to read it. It's my favorite story. You'll cry. You'll laugh. It's so good.
Okay. Everyone get out there. Awesome. Well, thank you so much. It was great having you on Evergreen again.
Thank you.
So thanks a lot, Emma. That was great. If you guys are wondering why this episode is so short, and why the last few episodes have been a little bit short,
just like we said in the interview, someone's getting married.
I'm getting married. So the next
and you guys
few
don't want to
episodes,
hear what the episodes would sound like if I was doing the audio editing. So
I'm really busy. So the next few episodes are going to be a little on the short end, and that's okay. We're still going to be producing this content, but it's just going to be a little bit shorter for the time being.
The stories must go on.
I'm done with my duties.
All right, well, it was fun having her there, but it's time to jump in and look ahead to the next week's episode. And you know what, Caleb?
What, Mitchell?
Screw you and your sequels. I want to do a normal story.
Okay, that's fine with me. You're half the show, so.
There we go. Good. I'm doing this one.
All right, let me roll the topics.
Okay.
Actually, no. Okay, you roll the topics, and I'll choose them. I don't want you.
You're right. I'll
choose.
cheat. I'll roll the topics.
Yeah, go ahead.
31.
31. A fool's errand.
Yeah, that's right. A fool's errand. All right, next one. Let me see. 74.
That is sometimes small is beautiful.
All right. Yeah, I like that one too. Yeah, let's keep this going. Let's keep it going.
Okay.
12.
Quote, no, put that down.
All right. Yeah, I like it. I like all 4 of my topics. And I...
Thank you guys for joining us for this episode of Evergreen. A little short. We're getting right to it. We're getting right through it. If you guys want to check us out on social media, we're at Evergreencast on Instagram, on Twitter. Our website's actually called evergreencast.com. So
if you want to email us, it's evergreencast@gmail.com.
Yeah, and if you guys actually want to contribute some topics to our stories...
We just had someone tweet some at us today.
Yeah, tweet them, Instagram message us.
Send us your zaniest ideas. We'll turn them into stories.
The main way we do it is go on evergreencast.com and you go to the submit a story topic page, and you basically just submit as many story topics as you want. You can also email us about writing a story. We need more people to write stories, so please, we'd love to have you.
We're waiting.
Yeah. So anyway, you guys, there's been a really bit of a quick episode, but thank you guys for listening. Happy fall.
Med